What's the psychological reason that someone would do something like this?
Oh, ew! Oh my God!
I'm doing this video as a request from a subscriber that has been with me since day one. The question came in, why would an adult do something this strange or this odd? And the reason may surprise you, but here's the actual video. Then I'll show you a psychological breakdown of why he did it afterwards.
Oh. Ew! Oh my gosh, that's gross.
Let me start by saying this is not a psychological evaluation of this guy. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. I've seen this video several times. It's kind of gross. So this is not about this man. What I want to tell you is, what is it that gets people to do these kinds of things for attention? And to do that, we have to dip our toe into developmental psychology as well as behavioral psychology. Now, on the developmental side, it's very simple. By the time a child is around 2 years of age, they are their own world. They are the center of everything, with the exception of probably their mother. But they believe that they are in charge of the entire world. There is no such thing as them understanding other people's feelings or being socialized. By the time kids are about 3, this is when they start to become socialized with other kids, and they begin to feel what it means to have a little bit of give and take so that they're accepted by other kids. By age 4, what happens is, if they don't have the social sort of bugs worked out and they haven't figured out how to give and take and play and give and receive from other kids, they're left behind. And this starts a downward spiral. So the child that failed at being socialized by age 4, by the time they get into school, they are ostracized. They don't know how to socialize. They're not good at it. And so other kids, as you know, they can be really mean. They just go on about life and they ignore that person. And then one of two things happens with that person. As they work their way through elementary school or grammar school, whichever you call it, and then middle school and high school, what happens is the non-socialized kid does one of two things. Number one, they withdraw completely and they become a loner, or they find other people like themselves and they get involved in a very small cluster of people that are much like themselves, but they stay away from what's generally considered to be the normal kids. They don't do regular sports. They don't get involved in activities out of other kids because they've been left behind socially. That's one option. Another option is this. They want to be involved socially, but they can't seem to get attention, and the only attention they seem to get is bad attention. So what they find out is, by the time they're in middle school or high school, if they do something disgusting or outlandish, they get attention. Girls will say it's gross. Some guys will laugh and try to get them to do it again. And what they've found is they found a way to become part of a social group by being the strange one that will do odd things. Now, when we get out of high school and we get into the real world, this person has been reinforced that the only way that they get any type of attention is to do things that most people would consider to be gross or odd or strange. And a lot of this has to do with what was acceptable with their upbringing. Sometimes they are from a family that is strange or odd or doesn't care if things are disgusting, or they do disgusting things themselves as a parent. So now this person is out in the real world, like this guy.
Oh, ew! Oh my God!
And I'm not talking about the guy in the video. I'm talking about people like him. Whereas you will probably not find a 25 to 35-year-old soccer mom eating bugs, and you probably won't find someone who is dedicated to supporting their family, taking care of their marriage, and raising their kids that's a guy doing this type of stuff. You will find the odd one that still does strange things for attention. And then, of course, with this video, somebody like this would obviously do something hoping that it would go viral, hoping that people would pay attention because they get their 15 minutes of fame. And it's because they've been conditioned since being a young child that the only way to get any type of attention is to do things that other people will not do. And the more disgusting, the more attention. The more weird, strange, or gross, the more people ooh and ah, but not in a good way. Usually in a, ugh, stay away from that guy. But any attention to some people is good attention. Now, the last thing I'll say is this. I don't know this guy. I've said it before, and that may not be his story. But I can tell you that because of his age and because of a few other things that I can tell with the video itself, this is somebody who doesn't mind doing disgusting things, has a history of doing disgusting things, and probably was brought up in a household where disgusting things were either ignored or considered to be normal. I'm not saying that's this guy. I'm saying that people like this that I've dealt with through psychology over the last couple decades, I've seen lots of this kind of stuff, and that's usually where it comes from. All right, guys, if you're still here, do me a favor, click on one of these other videos. I got a couple more in the pipeline for this week, and I will see you in the next one.